Warzone Mobile just received a huge update introducing a wide variety of new content, including a new battle pass, weapons, modes, events, and most importantly, fixes as well. However, the big issues remain for many players. So let's get into it, starting with new content, and then we'll discuss fixes and problems towards the end. Okay, so let's start with the new map, which is going to be Rust from Modern Warfare 2019. It is not the most recent version, but yeah, it actually looks pretty decent in my opinion, but I'd be lying if I said it felt smooth. The game is still very inconsistent. For example, it starts very nice, and then it drops off and just randomly starts to lag. But yeah, happy to see Rust in the game. Now for modes, we finally have Plunder, which is like a large-scale version of Resurgence, but you do have unlimited lives. The mode is all about collecting money, but most people just try go for high kill games. Other gameplay content does include UAV towers being added to Rebirth Island, as well as buyback is coming to the game later in the season. Now for new weapons, we do have 4, including the FJX Horus available at tier 40 in the BP, a versatile SMG with a fast rate of fire, good mobility and recoil control. We also have the Morris sniper rifle from Advanced Warfare, which for some reason is not available right now in Warzone Mobile, but it will come later in the season most likely. We also have a punch knife known as the Gladiator available at tier 75. And last but not least, we do have the Bal 27 assault rifle, which will release in the mid-season. Now just like the Morris, it's originally from Advanced Warfare. It is designed to increase its fire rate over time while you hold down the trigger. The first 4 shots are slower, but they are way more accurate. So okay, next up though guys, we do have a new lobby UI, which you guys can see over here, and it does resemble COD Mobile in many ways, and yeah, I think it does look cleaner. So we have a recruit section, which is the event, the first event. We have a store section, a gear up section, which is loadouts and customization, and we also do have a promotion section as well of stuff they want you to see. However, there is also going to be a button known as the keep, which is lucky draws, and yes, they are coming out this season. In the background you guys can see our first look at the first ones coming this season, and in my opinion, don't buy them. If you are going to spend money, rather buy the new bundles coming out this season, which you guys can see in the background. They're also very nice, and they cost like 1/5 of the price of a lucky draw, so it's much more worth it. And in my opinion, to spend $100 on a game which doesn't work properly for most people, it's just kind of ridiculous. But yeah, it's your opinion. If you want to buy it, then go for it. But I'm probably going to skip out on any draws coming out this season. Anyways though, now let's check out the first event of Season 3, which is known as the Recruit. And it pretty much works the same way as the previous event, which was the Day 0 launch event. So over here we have to earn EP to earn a bunch of different rewards. There's some filler stuff, for example emblems, weapon stickers, a charm, but we also have a pretty neat looking knife, and we also have a Basilic handgun skin, and then we do have a very nice husk operator known as Ghostly, which I actually like quite a bit. Now besides that, we can also earn these Bruiser badges, which we can use in the event store to earn more premium rewards. For example, Mace, Pinnacle, which you guys can see over here, actually a pretty cool version of him. A free Mace skin, I'm not gonna say no. And we also have this MCW skin as well, gold and black. Then we do have a TYR skin as well, okay. We have a chopped up gold skin, looks pretty neat. We have a charm, King of the Beasts. We have an emblem as well, which you guys can see over here. A sticker as well, and a calling card as well. So essentially this event store I believe stays here for the whole season, but this section being the weekly events does reset every single 7 to 8 days, giving us a new mini weekly event, so cool stuff. Anyways though guys, now let's discuss fixes and optimizations and if they really did anything. Okay, so we have Android optimization. The issue is some Android devices were misconfigured to use higher default settings than intended, and the fix adjusted default settings for Android devices. Then we do have graphics took longer to load than expected, resulting in low fidelity graphics in early matches. And over here they say more assets are loaded in before the match begins, so graphics will immediately improve more rapidly upon joining a game. I will say the graphics actually do look better, but not by much. Then we have crashing, graphical corruptions, and disconnects. So the fixes discovered a bug causing too many vehicles and buy stations to spawn, which impaired game performance, and this has been resolved. Also, if you are disconnected, they have added a rejoin feature so you can jump right back into the game, and that does work. I have tested it out. Then we do have device temperature, and I'm not going to read all that because it's still a huge problem in the game. I mean, I played one game of Rust and my phone started to overheat. Some people I did see on Twitter were just updating the game and their phone started to overheat. So this is still a huge issue in the game. It has not been fixed. Yeah, it's still a big problem. In many ways, I actually think it's worse this season than it was in the previous season, which is just kind of weird. Anyways though, next we do have graphics. So the issue is Warzone Mobile uses streaming to load in graphics as you play. This dramatically reduces the game size and the download size for players, but players with poor internet will experience lower tier graphics. The fix is more graphics will load in before the match begins, so graphics will immediately improve more rapidly upon joining a game. So yeah, we have discussed that already. Then we do have default FPS was set to high for some devices, resulting in thermal and performance issues. Here they adjusted the default FPS settings for low or medium tier devices. Then we do have gameplay difficulty, and the issue is more real players lead to more difficult games. I don't understand how this is an issue, as this was one of the marketing campaigns. Like, it's real players, it's going to be more difficult, so that's kind of weird. The fix is they have adjusted the matchmaking and other levers to improve the level of difficulty for new players. So does that mean they've added more bots into the game, or they have adjusted the skill-based matchmaking? At this point, I just don't know. And the final issue is there are too many controller players in Warzone Mobile, and the next step I believe is going to be to split them up into different matchmaking pools. And well, hopefully that does happen. So okay guys, that is all the fixes, and well, did they really do anything? In most cases, most people are gonna tell you no. It's kind of like that meme. It's the same, but it's different. But it's still the same. The game still has a lot of issues. The graphics do look slightly better, very slight. The game performance doesn't feel better. In some cases, I would say it's worse. Finding a match now is super difficult. The last one took me like almost 10 minutes and my ping was just ridiculously high. So that's a new issue. Overheating, still very much there, if not worse. FPS issues still exist. There are some improvements, but a lot of the main major problems that most people experience are still there. And well, the game still remains unplayable for many people, from what I have seen on Reddit and Twitter as well. So yes, there are some improvements, but most of the big ones remain in the game. But I guess we can say at least they are taking a step in the right direction, like we said in the previous video. It is improving, but it still has a very, very long way to go. Okay. Now back to one last content piece for Season 3, and that is the new BP, but I'm not gonna discuss the whole thing, as then this video would be way too long. I would say it's a good BP, but I do prefer Season 2's BP over this. Snoop Dogg though is probably my favorite part of the BP, especially his Black Cell version. So yeah guys, that is a quick look at Season 3, all its new content for the most part, some fixes, and issues which still exist in the game. Have you tried it out? Let me know down below in the comment section, and just give me your thoughts on the game in its current position and its current situation down below in the comment section. I will stay on my previous opinion. The game is fun when it works. The problem is it almost never works the way it should work. So yeah. So okay guys, that is going to be all for today's Warzone mobile update video. Give me your thoughts down below in the comment section, and with that being said, that is going to be all from me. So thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.